something new. Benchmark. The grand handicap is something new. Benchmark 80, big field, wide betting race, based really on Royal Ascot and that Royal Hunt and all of that. And Richo, Godolphin, they're attacking it in a big way, aren't they?
They certainly are, and they've drawn the right part of the track for mine. Here's the first of their runners, and that is Esperance. This grandstand side will be the key part of the track. He has been running really well as I try to get out of the way of Mr. Moneybags, who's certainly on his toes. Esperance, well, he carried 60 kilos behind Written Choice. You can't give 2.5 kilos to an on-speed horse like Written Choice. I thought he ran really well. He's going to take a power of beating in this.
So Craig Williams there with the right. William Buick's got the right on the second of the Godolphin Reveneer. Chester's just so consistent.
Yeah, so consistent. He's only finished out of the first three once in 12 starts, has Revenire. And he's been used to carrying big weights as well. He's got 62 here. My theory is that he's been running a lot on soft or heavy tracks, running well without winning. Three of his... from 5 runs on a good track, he's won 3 times. So hopefully he's going to really like the conditions today. And he's got the blinkers on for the first time.
So, Richo, we get to number 9, and you're at, well, she's unbeaten.
She's unbeaten, and she showed so much promise as a lightly raced 5-year-old mare. We haven't seen her since February. She's now in a new stable with Nathan McPherson no longer training. Carlo Vedotti, he's a great old character. Can he get the best out of this girl? What she's been doing in the past has been right there on speed. Hasn't been to Flemington, that's another query. She's number 9. Let's make our way back to number 11. Wouldn't this be a story if Damien Oliver's able to equal Bobby Lewis and get his 73rd on the final race? Well, I think he can with Order of Command. He's got form around Nature Strip, can handle the track. The only concern is the fact that he's drawn low in barrier number 1. That's the only query, or else I'd have him right on top. And we go back to number 13, which is As It Lies, $100,000 purchase, is Fox Wedge mare. Well named, isn't it, of course, As It Lies. And of course you will see the Australian Open Golf live and free on 7 next week. Michael Walker rides, just too fast at Bendigo. Expect her to run really well, even though she's up in grade.
Gee, you're multitasking, Richo. That is very clever. El Magnificence, impressive first up. Cheska, how does he look to the eye?
Yeah, he looks well, and I think he's actually just going to head out onto the track. Damien then has elected to take him out with the clerk of the course horse here. Gear change with him. The visor's gone on and the blinkers are off. He's a 4-year-old only having his 8th start, and he led to win at Sale last time out. I think it's a little bit harder here, but the wide gate I think is a plus.
So he's in the market. Let's go to the tab to you, Jared. She's going to be a big quantity, whatever happens to the last, I reckon.
Oh, exactly right. Tough old finish this, but As It Lies for Brent Stanley. It's just gone $8.50 into $6 and favourite with tab. Urak is the best back still at $4.40 this morning. Touch 7 back into $6.50. El Magnificence, it was $19 this morning, now $7. Order of Command is the second best back runner out of all the James Cummings 3. Esperance is best backed at $9.50. But there isn't many that they haven't backed here, Bruce.
And 2 mares at the top there, Jared, as we sit right now, you reckon, As It Lies. So the grand handicap on what's been it has been a grand day of racing, a terrific crowd, over 67,000 people on a picture-perfect day at Flemington's. We come to the final event for the Carnival.
Continue watching all today's action from Flemington. Switch over to racing.com, channels 7, 8 and 6, 8.
Race crash back and they're racing.
Live racing followed by a complete wrap of the day on After the Last, across the screens of 7.
The emotion and drama of Melbourne Cup Week might be coming to an end, but what an incredible carnival it has been. The good news is that it's not quite over, as the Spring Carnival comes to a close next Saturday with Rosehill Gardens, as well as Zipping Classic Race Day, live from Ladbrokes Park, Sandown.
The Taj Mahal, a wonder of Sandown.
A chance for horses to snare some valuable Group 2 riches with the Guineas, the Zipping Classic, as well as the Sandown Cup. That's coming up next Saturday from midday Eastern, live and free on 7.2 and 7+.
Oh, this was a highlight today. Adeline and Harvey with Monica Cummings and James Cummings there. They put on a show for us earlier, didn't they? Darling little Harvey there with Dad and Adeline with Mum Monica. Monica steeped in racing herself through her grandparents and parents, and James, of course, with a treble on Derby Day. So, all good stuff, eh?
Brilliant. Next generation coming through.
Let's go to you, Jared, for the final hot horse for the day. It's been a fascinating day.
Can D. Oliver do it from barrier 1? Order of Command has gone 8 into $6 very late here. Order of Command, the hot horse.
So he's from barrier 1. That's tricky, isn't it?
Well, I think they'll come out to the centre of the track, so he'll have to come up inside them, I would think so. Could be tricky.
What did you like, Cheska? You've had a good look at a lot of them in the yard. It has got a bit of an Royal Ascot fielder at this race with the lower grade of benchmark 80 and the big field.
Yeah, big field, all weighted to their abilities. On looks, I suppose Rivanera was quite an eye catcher in the mounting yard. I thought Lagerfeld could be coming here with a little bit of upside. He's drawn in 4. In the VRC sprint, we saw them come at all different sorts of places. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. It's a really difficult race.
So Richo, it's a new thing for the final day, and I like it.
That's right. I mean, you spoke to the VRC about exactly that, because we used to finish on a smaller field. And the whole idea of this race, full field, hurling down the straight, $6 the field, and we've got it 100% right. So you might be an administrator moving forward.
And it'll be chasing your money. This is a very hard way to get out.
No, this is the way you blast out.
Darren Weir with 6 winners had a remarkable week. We've got a lot of jockeys that have all clustered together around about 4 winners, haven't we? So it's been a mixed bag. You'd have to say that Kerem McAvoy and John Allen have been the 2 big jockey stars, haven't they?
That's right, with Craig Williams with 4 wins, but he's just been picking away. I know he's got a Group 1, but he's been picking away on the edges, so consistent as always. But I think I'm Ollie down on the inside. Watch a little Ollie magic to get 73.
72. I think Bobby Lewis is 72, Ollie's 71.
He's ready.
Equal with Roy Higgins.
Okay.
So if he can get there here, he'll equal Bobby Lewis.
See, the good thing about that is he's got to come back next year to break the record. We want him back here next year.
Well, we do. We always like Ollie riding, don't we? So it's going to be fun, the last. Matt Hill, who took over from the legend and is on his way to becoming one.
True.
And that legend took over from one as well. So it's been lovely. Here's Matt for his call of the final event.
And to complete the line, El Magnificence, to wrap up 37 races of the Melbourne Cup Carnival. El Magnificence goes in and they're set to run. The Grand Handicap, 1100 metres, they're ready. Set to go. And they're racing. El Magnificence towards the outside, jumped away well as it lies out quickly with Lagerfeld, Sheriff Johnstone, Sister Kitty Mack. Not far away, Serious Suspect, and they were followed further back by Beacon Astro Castro. Captain Sun between horses, Sheriff Johnstone and Nurak is almost against the outside fence. They're all coming over here, followed by Give Us a Go. And further back in the field then is Order of Command, with also Esperance, Reveneer, and then came Dennis and Mr. Moneybags. So with 550 metres to go, it's Lagerfeld and Sister Kitty Mack by 2 lengths. Serious Suspect, Order of Command. Then Sheriff Johnstone bullocking into the clear from Urak as it lies right up there too. Then Give Us a Go, and back behind them Esperance and El Magnificence, and back in the field then is Beacon, Lagerfeld, and also Sister Kitty Mack with on the inside Order of Command at the 200. Here comes Serious Suspect as well, and Esperance is flashing home. Order of Command at the 100 from Serious Suspect. Order of Command in front. Serious Suspect driving at Order of Command, who's punched out and won the last. Order of Command by a long neck. Serious Suspect photo third, Mr. Moneybags or Esperance, and then a gap. So Lagerfeld, Sister Kitty Mack, and next as it lies and Beacon, and further back was Reveneer and Astro Castro, Dennis, Sheriff Johnstone. Give Us a Go, and well back was Reveneer, Captain Sun. Then came Urak and El Magnificence towards the end.
Bobby Lewis's last win, I reckon, was 1931. His 72nd win was 1931. Ollie's got 72 wins at the Melbourne Cup Carnival. Oh, how good is this? How grand is this in the last, eh?
Oh, what a way to finish the Carnival of 2018 with Damien Oliver matching that record on the last chance in the last race on this horse, Order of of command. He rode a great race.
And it was a masterclass, wasn't it, Rich? You and I were watching him because he drew the inside barrier and he knew that that wasn't the place to be. You were watching him just make his move and he said, right here, I've got to go.
Yeah, he said he was sneaking. He brings the horse out, shows the horse some daylight, and away he goes, an absolute legend. He's a legend now.
No doubt. There'll be a statue at Flemington with him. He's gone past Higgs, who's got a statue. He's got to Bobby Lewis. Great for Danny O'Brien. He's been through the mill. We know that. He's won a Cox Plate and a Caulfield Cup. His last 3, 4, 5 years have been horrendously hard. A second win for him. And Damien, look at him. Look at him.
He doesn't do it for the records, Bruce, but he'd be well aware of it, wouldn't he?
I've never met a more determined sportsman in my life.
He has got a nerve of steel, that man. I've known him a long, long time. He's got a very tight nerve.
And he's with Chris Simons.
Well, Damien Oliver, it's taken 87 years for someone to get on par with Bobby Lewis. You've left us all in suspense all week, and you've done it on the last race at the Flemington Carnival. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chrissy. Yeah, it's been a long carnival. It's a lot of placings for me, a lot of seconds, but nice to break it on, equal it on a horse of Danny O'Brien's, who's a good friend and been a good supporter. We've known each other for a long time, so yeah, it's good to do it on a horse of his.
Well done, mate. It's been a good carnival. Obviously, you would have wanted to have ridden more winners, but don't we all? And it's still a good way to finish it off.
Yeah, it has. It's been a great carnival, Chrissy. And good to see likes of Johnny Allen, who's no harder worker in the game, to have some success, and all the jockeys. It's been shared around. I've been happy with mine. I thought I've ridden as well as I could have, and we haven't been able to just quite crack in a couple of good ones, but we've been all around the mark and I've really enjoyed it.
Are we going to see Damien Oliver in 2019 at the Flemington Carnival?
I hope so, Chrissy, yeah. Still enjoying it, but I'm not looking too far ahead. It's a good way to finish the carnival off, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Well done, Damien.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, 2 wins, 5 seconds. Chris, thank you. A wonderful job, you and Kevin. You've added so much to the telecast. We've really enjoyed it. It's been brilliant. So let's go to the VRC Sprint to look back at Santa Ana Lane. I mean, Anthony Friedman and Mark Zara, a horse that didn't cost a whole lot of money. He's won 4 Group 1s in about 14 months. He's gone from good to very good to great, really, because that's what he is, and that's what he's done. He won a Goodwood Stradbroke. No other horse I think has ever done that double, and now he gets the VR Sprint to go with the Rupert Clark. And then this was Trap for Fools, didn't get a run on the Cox Plate. What a story. On this very day he was winning a minor race 12 months ago in Western Australia, and he's holding off 2 Derby winners, Latrobe and Extra Brute. It really was one heck of a race, and it was about the trainer and about this jockey, a jumps jockey, who really, really has become a star in Australian racing, and we just love his work ethic. Good bloke, modest, and he's had a week to remember forever. So a chance just to reflect for a moment, Cheska, and I reckon the Melbourne Cup Carnival, more than any of us, has probably changed your life.
Oh, it has absolutely changed my life. I remember the first time I came in 2006. I was just blown away by everything to do with Australian racing, and hearing that roar when the gates opened for the first Melbourne Cup, it really made a big impression on me from a long time ago.
Is it hard to watch again?
I watched it plenty of times, I'll tell you, in the interim, and I watched it plenty of times this week. And don't forget, the year before we were second with Purple Moon as well, so incredibly proud as well of my dad and the achievements to bring 2 horses to finish second in 2 Melbourne Cups.
And then, of course, after that and all the drama, Bart with his 12 and so close yet so far for Dad a second. And then Halo Shot comes out and wins the Mackinnon for you.
Oh, this was lovely. I mean, you would have thought I owned the whole horse the way I reacted, but I have a very, very small part of him. But it was a lovely story. He came from France. He really did so well to achieve everything he has achieved in his career. He's gone on to be a 3-time Group 1 winner. And that day was just really, really special with Terry Henderson and the team, with Ben Mellum in the saddle. It was great.
And for you, Richard, I mean, the Freemans, and there was a moment in 2005 that had never been done before.
No, it was a wonderful day when the great mare decided that she'd turn up and win her 3rd cup. No horse had ever done it before. No horse might ever do it again. And she'd had the drama of losing her best friend, mummified, during one of her campaigns, and to come back and do this moment here, with Glenn Boss on her, pointing at her, saying she knows what she's done.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great moment.
Mackay Diva, the one and only to have won 3 Melbourne Cups. And Richo, that's hard to beat. It really is. There's not a better equine story in this race. But there was a story 3 years ago that just blew us away.
And that was Michelle Payne at 100-1, a female rider winning the Melbourne Cup. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about the people involved. We love the horses, and the racing industry loves the animal. But for us here on 7, the fact that the jockeys and the trainers have been so accessible to us has been superb, and we thank them. And for Michelle Payne, I mean, that's a moment I'll never ever forget. And the reality is our kids and grandkids and great-grandkids and great-grandkids will always talk about the very first female rider to win the Cup.
Oh, what about you, Bruce? You've been involved for longer than all of us.
Look, the three that jump out. There's Damien in 2002 with Media Puzzle, Looking to the Heavens. There's Mackay Diva, and there's the one that Richo just talked about. I mean, because it had the whole lot. And I think it's probably Michelle for me and Stevie and all of that. But there's been one other thing that I've absolutely adored over the years, and that's Neil Kearney and his work. He's just been at the right place at the right time. And we had the very best example of this 2 years ago when Heartbreak City almost won, and this is what happened. So Aidan Shields, I mean, does it get much better than that?
I love Neil's face. He was just in absolute disbelief.
He is remarkable. We're very sad to have our very last day here covering the Cup Carnival, and huge respect to Neil and to Pete Donegan and Paddy Welsh and Johnny Letts and Simon Marshall. The list goes on. We're not leaving anyone out. Everyone has played their role, captained by you, Bruce, and it's been an honour to stand alongside you.
And Simon, and the guys you've mentioned and the women, I mean, they've all done a superb job, absolutely. And those guys, not with us today, but they're always going to be with us, aren't they?
And what about everyone behind the scenes? This doesn't happen without a huge team of people. You know who you are, and we couldn't mention all of them, but
they're the ones that make us look good.
They are fantastic. They put on the best broadcast you'll ever see of horse racing.
Look, it has. It's been just such a privilege. And look, the thing is, and it's no idle boast, we still have a huge commitment, not only to sport, it's the best network, and I'll say that because we have the things that we love, the AFL and the Olympic Games and so on, but our racing commitment is unabashed. It continues. The championships are growing. I believe Winx will probably go to the championships, and we'll be there for that finale. We'll be at the Magic Millions, which you've played such a massive part in, haven't you, Jessica? And we'll continue to do so.
Really enjoyed it, and yeah, you're right. Channel 7 has had a huge commitment to racing and helped to improve and expand the reach of racing amongst Australians and further afield.
And so that's in the autumn, and then we come into the spring next year where we'll have all the build up to the Everest, which is a phenomenon. I mean, it's going to be worth $15 million next year.
And Winx going for 5.
Well, who knows? we didn't press Huey today. We sort of tell us Huey, and he just played us straight back. He refused to, and then the Caulfield Cup and the Cox Plate. So that's the way it is. So it's a farewell with a difference. It's a farewell with a difference. It's been a wonderful honour to work with friends. It really has. And Richard, you touched on this. So a massive effort by the people behind the scenes. I mean, there's all these people you don't see that have worked with dedication, determination, and honestly, great skill. And we are so proud of them. And then there's the participants in the game, the trainers, the jockeys that have helped us, the owners that have helped us, the strappers that have helped us, and the administrators that have helped us. We thank them so much. And then there's the viewer. We've had so much fun, and you've given us so much feedback. Thank you for that. It has been an absolute privilege. We've loved it. Coming into your homes and being able to talk. And finally, to the VRC, and to Amanda Elliott, and to her team. From our team at 7, we wish you all the very best for the race that will always stop a nation.